Aaron Donald has changed the game to where now everyone is looking for one of him. Whereas I think it used to be when teams were looking for a defensive player, they're looking for a shutdown corner or an edge rusher. Now I feel like everyone is looking for the guy who can disrupt the entire game from the interior on the defensive line. Do I have that right?
Yeah, I think there's no question that people are looking for that kind of player for sure. Look, we were talking about Bill Belichick earlier, right? One of Bill's mantras when I was in Cleveland, one of the things he talks about all the time is on defense, you defend the football field inside out. You make sure teams cannot just gash you between the numbers, and in Aaron's case, between the hashes. You have to control that area of the football field because offensively, that's where he wanted to attack you first. He wants to attack you right in your core, inside out, in the middle, and really because he thinks that just saps the will out of the the opposition and really just allows you to have your way with them. Aaron Donald he neutralizes that kind of thing. So if you have a pass rusher who can line up in a 3 technique outside shade of the guard or over the center or even slide all the way out to outside shade of the tackle, what they call a 5 technique, that guy is this absolute nightmare, and he right now is the standard. When I was in Washington, Jerry Gray, a longtime defensive coach in the NFL, used to say all the time, if you give me the choice between a dominant interior pass rusher and a dominant edge rusher, I will take the dominant interior pass rusher all of the time. And just think about this now. Since Aaron Donald came into the league in 2014, the defenses that he has played on, the opponent's time to throw has been the least, or rather it's been the lowest and the shortest of any team in the National Football League since he has been there. And that is because teams want to get the ball out quick because they know he will absolutely wreck all of your plans. So if you can get a guy like this, you get a guy like this. And I would say if you have your choice between him and a dominant edge rusher, you go with the interior player. Okay, so that's what I think too. How about a quarterback? Tim Hasselbeck, are you more concerned about an Aaron Donald type of player or a Von Miller, Khalil Mack type of player?
Listen, I think... Listen, it's a great point, the inside pressure. At the same time, it's a matchup league, and the biggest mismatch that you ever find on the field is with guys like Von Miller and Khalil Mack and Myles Garrett going up against guys that are afraid to take their T-shirt off when they go to the beach. Like, that's the biggest matchup problem in the National Football League. It just is. And so I think when you look at it that way, and then you factor in scheme, when you think about it's easier to double team an inside player with 2 big guys than it is an outside player. You also have to, if you want to double team somebody, allocate a tight end or a back, which then distorts what you want to do in the passing game in terms of your route combination. So, look, Aaron Donald is a great player, and you would take him over a lot of good edge rushers. But if you're going to talk about Aaron Donald as maybe being one of the best ever, and then you compared with one of the best ever edge rushers, I think the edge rusher would win out if you talk to offensive people in terms of who they did not want to face.
And Dominique, why were you shaking your head?
Well, I'm surprised to hear a quarterback say that because that pressure in your face is one thing. And Aaron Donald, you can allot 2 D linemen or 2 offensive linemen to stop him, but he still beats it. So I think maybe saying an edge rusher might be better, but Aaron Donald is better than anybody else in that situation. However, if you're trying to build a really good team, you got to go to the corners. Like, I may be a little bit biased, but the numbers support what I'm saying. Of the 7 top pass rushing teams in the NFL, only 1 made the playoffs last year, and that was the Eagles, and they barely snuck in. And of the 8 teams that made the playoffs, 7 of them were top pass defense teams. So, that is by far more important, is having a shutdown corner that, just like Lewis said, having a good D lineman will distort your defense, or edge rusher will distort your offense. Nothing distorts your offense more than having a corner that can wipe your number 1 receiver off the field. And if you think about the Rams, they have both. They have Aaron Donald on the inside and Ramsey on the outside. That defense they were good last year. They should be great coming in this season. Can you imagine how much leniency they have to help out everywhere else on their defense when they have a corner that can erase somebody and a D lineman that you can double team and he still wins?
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.